agriculture. We're back to the service.
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call tonight's meeting to order of your city council. It's 6 o'clock, May 17, 2016. We stand for a moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance led by Mrs. Todd.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Jones, we have the roll call, please.
Mr. Jerome?
Here.
Mr. Roulette?
Here.
Mr. Creel?
Here.
Ms. Rich? Here. Mr. Robson?
Here.
Mr. Slady?
Here.
Ms. Tillett? Here.
Okay, we have public comments and limit them to 3 minutes apiece. And for items that are not on tonight's agenda, and I have 2 cards here, and one from Joseph Seed. Name and address, please.
Address, name Joseph Steed, 17804, County Road 455, Claremont, Florida, 34715. Mr. Mayor, Council, I'm here tonight. I am Joseph Steed. I am the founder of the Mount Dora Blueberry Festival. I just wanted to give you all an update on the festival, a few minutes worth, and also to present a plaque. So we'll go ahead and do that here in just a moment. The 2016 Mount Dora Blueberry Festival was, I think, beyond everybody's expectation who was involved in it. 2015, when we started 2 years ago, that was pretty much just a local thing. Some people from this area, some people from Apopka, a few people from the villages, about 8,000 people. This 2016, I think we exceeded that by probably 3 times, is my estimate. We have people as far away as Gainesville, Daytona Beach, and Tampa. Next year, 2017, I expect to extend it to the entire state, statewide advertising. People seem to like what we do, so we're going to continue doing it as long as you guys agree. So, but the success of this festival would not be possible without the Parks and Recreation Department, and in particular, Chris Carson. Now, he can't be here tonight, but he has worked very hard and diligently in helping me as a new person promoting festivals to understand how to do it. I think I'm getting the hang of it. I retired and I got busier than ever. So, I would like to present this to Chris. So he's not here. Is anybody from Parks and Recreation here tonight? No? Can I leave it with you and you get it to them? Okay. And it reads, in appreciation to Chris Carson, Mount Dora Parks and Recreation Department, thanks for your help with the 2nd annual Mount Dora Blueberry Festival. And then, of course, we could not have done it without you and your staff. Joseph Steed, President, Festivals of Florida, Inc., 2016.
Were you going to say, thank you for that, for the plaque, and on behalf of the parks, we accept that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You guys have any questions about the festival? Anything I might answer real quick? I've got 3 minutes, right? So I'll keep it short. Nothing?
Blueberries taste good.
They were delicious. And you know, we sold out. Wasn't that something? But the biggest complaint we got, we sold out of blueberries. So it will not happen next year.
And I will say one thing, though, coming from New Jersey, which we have a lot of blueberries in New Jersey, the Florida blueberries are much nicer and much sweeter and more juicier.
I think what we have here is
It's different.
we have a greater variety, about 33 varieties that you can grow in Florida, all developed by the University of Florida in their agriculture department, so specifically for this climate. So
They're really great. Love
it's
it.
good. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay. we have, John Tucker.
Yes, John Tucker, 1826 Overlook Drive, Mount Dora. I spoke to the council about 14 months ago and asked them to consider doing something with parking. They moved on it and it's progressing. This is kind of tied into parking, but it's just a little bit of a different animal. The traffic on Alexander Street and Baker Street is a mess. A blind man can see it. And I know something has to be done. I've measured every parking space down there. I've measured anywhere from the 30 feet across on Alexander between 4th and 5th to the 34 feet, the next block down. You go up to Baker Street, it's 24 feet. But somebody has to kind of make a move and bring somebody in, not me, but the council has to hire somebody and get the professional expertise to come and look at that traffic. I don't know if the answer is going to be making Alexander Street one way and Baker Street one way going another way. That's for, people with a higher job rating than I have right now. But I can tell you, I've watched accidents down there. I've watched trucks back up and block people in while they come back from lunch and they're sitting there and there's a truck blocking them. I've got 30 or 40 pictures in my phone of that. I've got pictures in my phone of just cars waiting to get around trucks where they can't see. They pull out, there's almost a head-on. They're at the corner of 4th and Alexander. I watched the car 2 weeks ago trying to get a parking space and went by the space. The guy behind them slowed down a little, not knowing what the car in front of him was doing on Alexander. He backed right up into the car behind him just to get that space. I watched almost a fight go on here outside Fiesta Grande. Something's got to be done. I've taken measurements, but they don't count for anything. But you wouldn't lose a whole lot of spaces by making them one way and just diagonal parking. But I really think the council needs to kind of look at this issue before it gets completely out of hand. Especially with the new restaurant coming in, which, is going to be great for the town and it's going to create more parking and traffic issues and more trucks downtown. Thank you.
Thank you. There's budget time coming up, so we should be able to look into that. We have a good time to look into that. Anybody else from the audience wish to address the council on items not on the agenda? Seeing none, goes to the next item on the agenda, which is the approval of the agenda for tonight. Is there any motion for approval of the agenda? Anything?
I just want to make sure, last time we talked about adding agenda items, that the appropriate time to do that would be at the end of new business, or would we like to do that at city council comments?
I think I suggested the council comments.
Okay.
So the suggestion came from
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we have some presentations tonight. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, we have all in favor of the approval of the agenda. Aye. Any opposed? So passed. Keeps me straight. Okay, we have some presentations tonight. First one is we have a few people here, retired Lieutenant Colonel Bill Gehring. We have Major Andy Scott and Sergeant Major Alexis Wallace. I'm going to do a brief presentation tonight.
Okay, I'll start off first. Lieutenant Colonel Bill Gehring, U.S. Army, retired. And I have with me, as Mayor Jerome has already announced, the senior instructor from the Mount Dora Junior ROTC unit, Andy Scott, and behind me is Cadet Major Alexis Wallace, and I'll introduce her more here in just a minute. I wanted to, since I know the majority of the board are veterans, I wanted to make sure to address a point here that here's the sign if you haven't seen it. I'm representing the Lake and Sumter Counties chapter of the Military Officers Association of America. I got these signs from the Wounded Warrior Family Support Group, which is based out in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm sure probably many of you have heard about the Wounded Warrior Project, which is a group located up in Jacksonville. These are two different groups. I point that out because there have been a little bit of controversy last several months with the Wounded Warrior Project. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that these are two different groups. So now I just wanted to, then next would be Cadet Wallace. She was a squadron commander this past school year, and she'll be attending the University of South Florida and plans on becoming a zoologist.
Good evening, council members. How are all of you doing this evening? I'm Cadet Major Alexis Wallace from the JROTC unit of Mount Dora High School. There are an estimated 1.8 million Purple Heart recipients, combat wounded services members who have transitioned back into civilian life. They made great sacrifices to ensure our freedoms, but often go unrecognized. The Wounded Warrior Family Support Organization offers combat wounded parking signs free of charge to organizations as a way of honoring and recognizing these veterans. These signs have been placed in the parking lots of businesses, churches, schools, colleges, and government facilities, or government and medical facilities from coast to coast. The Lake and Sumter Counties chapter of the Military Officers Association of America has procured a supply of these signs. The MOA and the JROTC unit at Mount Dora High School would like the council to consider placing a sign in a conspicuous and convenient location as determined by you and your staff to honor and recognize combat wounded veterans in this area who visit your facility. Lieutenant Colonel Retired Gearing will now give you a few more details.
Okay, so one other thing I'd like to say about this is once it gets installed, I have here in this envelope is my contact information, and if once it gets put up, if you would call me, email me, and let me know that it's been installed, I need to come and get a picture of it and send it to the Military Family Support Group. So, any questions?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate what you're doing for the city and what you're doing for our combat veterans. And it's really great. And the wounded veterans is a fantastic thing that you want to do and have a spot in mind for it. And if the council agrees with it, I like to designate that spot, and which is right out here. We've got a parking spot right outside next to our basically our war memorial, if you want to call it that, our service memorial that we have right out here, and there's a spot right there next to it. So that would be an absolute, I think, perfect spot to do this, to put this sign. So if the council agrees with that, we'll see if it does.
Yeah, I'm assuming Mr. Peters would want to weigh in just because it's his jurisdiction, but I certainly support him. Okay, thank you very much.
Just one question. Are those available for private businesses as well?
If you want one, I can get you one.
The mayor was going to receive the sign.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Major.
Bill, I have one question. I'm assuming that this is going to be on the honor system, and is there a requirement for the vehicle parked there to have a combat wounded,
No,
tag, I guess?
I talked with the family support group. It's strictly honor system.
Okay.
Unless, we want to do something specifically for the town. We're just gonna, believe that whoever parked there is a combat wounded warrior.
Okay.
If somebody parks there who doesn't, next time they will be. There are licensed tags that have, you can buy combat wounded warrior license tags from the state of Florida. That would be an ideal.
If they've got it, or even a regular, handicap, you can probably go with that.
It'd be embarrassing for anybody else to be there, I would say.
Yeah, and that was one thing that was suggested, if you see find somebody who keeps parking there who doesn't fit the description, take a picture of them and put them up on the internet and embarrass them.
Thank you, Bill.
Did we decide how to put it? All right, so I'm going to start the evening out as a joy kill. I'd rather that we study this. With our speaker prior was talking about parking, and I think parking spots are premium, and I want it to be in the best spot. And I'd rather have the staff study a little bit more. And if they come to that spot, fine. But frankly, I'm just going to put the digs to you. I did before the election. That mayor spot sure would be nice with someone else having that rather than just the mayor. So that's what I have. I mean, it's uncomfortable just saying this, but gosh, these parking spots are important. And my father was a World War II era veteran. My grandfather was a World War I era veteran. I'm completely about it. But there's some people in town that get upset about veterans, and it'll be someone that can't find a parking spot is actually going to, deface it or do something wrong. I want this thing to be in a place of honor, not just a quick decision of throwing it up somewhere. And I know I'm completely, eye-rolling in the crowd here, but I just feel strongly that we should be thoughtful in everything we do.
My suggestion, I understand that, and I certainly support the mayor's and council consensus that I think I hear here. I'm only suggesting that since Mr. Peters is the head of the streets and things like that, he should at least be consulted on as a courtesy.
Okay, we have Chief O'Grady, and he has a presentation also tonight. Very nice presentation.
Thank you, Council. Chief O'Grady.
I'm not a study, you just review my.
So it has been.
And actually, just from courtesy to the, from the public forecast.
I have the honor of presenting Detective Pat Thomas, who is the Lake County Officer of the Year. She just received it, otherwise I would have been on the agenda to present this in a timely fashion. But on October 16th, she was walking through our back lot, and it just so happened the fire department was leaving on a call when she was coming up, and a lady with a 1-month-old baby came rushing up in the parking lot, rushing up to Pat. The baby was blue and wasn't breathing. Pat immediately jumped into training mode and took the baby, turned the baby upside down, started working on the baby, wiped the mucus, patted it on the back a few times, and the baby started coughing and breathing a little bit. It was at that time that the fire department that went to this lady's house then turned around and came back, and by that time we had transported the baby to Waterman Village, in which the baby spent 3 or 4 days in the hospital recovering. The doctor had said that if it wasn't for the swift action of Detective Thomas, it is unknown if the baby would have survived. So it is my honor to present to you the Lake County Officer of the Year. Come on, Pat. She has never been shy for words, but thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Pat. Okay. Just FYI, I was told by Pat before the meeting, this is a traveling trophy in Lake County, and there are only 2 Lake County police officers that are on that. One is Robert Bell, Deputy Chief, and Pat. Very good. Okay, next presentation is the update on the Lake Waukegan Trail project, TJ Fish.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. I wanted to first begin with greetings from the MPO and our Chairman Leslie Campio, who's also your District Commissioner here in Mount Dora. I want to thank Councilmember Crail for your service as alternate on the MPO. Councilmember Slavy, your participation in the Advisory Committee, we appreciate that. And Mayor Jerome, thank you for participating in a very exciting year for the MPO, so we appreciate that. And I want to recognize that we are in year 4 of a very lengthy project of a study that we didn't anticipate to go quite this long. I want to recognize the project management that's been provided by Mike Woods. He's our multimodal transportation coordinator at the MPO. And so all things besides roads he's into. So with that, we're going to discuss the fact that we're passing the torch here tonight, that we're officially moving away from the study phase, so we move into the design phase with Lake County. So we're going to partner there with Lake County Board of County Commissioners, so the public works staff is prepared to take that contract to manage the engineers and get this trail engineered. So I'll turn it over to David Graber with Inland Consulting, and he can move on the final details of the study. Thank you.
Thank you, TJ, and thank you, council members. The purpose of tonight's presentation is to provide you some information regarding the public meeting that we held on March 17th in the community building, and then also to request your approval to move the project into the design phase. As an overview for people that aren't familiar with the trail, the trail is located along the railroad tracks, and it's in the PDD study phase. PDD study is a preliminary phase that is before design, and it's intended to meet the federal requirements for funding. The right-of-way acquisition is still not funded. The construction is also not funded. Just as a reminder of which segment we're talking about segment 1, which is from Tremaine Street in Mount Dora over to 46 in Sorrento. The key issues on the project have primarily been public outreach and also the historic resources. We've discussed those the historic resources, the Seaboard Coastline Railroad, the Tremaine Street Bridge, and the US 441 Bridge in detail in our last presentation to you. We're here tonight to provide you an overview of the recommended alternative and then to talk about how the public meeting went. The recommended alternative is to utilize the Florida Central Railroad corridor and to adaptively reuse the US 441 and Tremaine Street bridges. The estimated project cost is $1.8 million for design for segment 1. The right-of-way acquisition cost is still not determined. It's ongoing. The Department of Transportation is looking into what the estimated cost would be. And then the construction and CEI is estimated at $5.9 million. The public meeting was held on March 17th, and at the last presentation, we told you we'd come back and let you know how that went. We held it at the community building. We advertised to 528 invitations were sent out to officials and property owners, and included 405 property owners. Those were newsletters that were mailed. We also advertised the public meeting in the Mount Dora. Did we lose our? Yes. Was that? I don't think so.
If you found something that you missed, it's possible. Let's try that. Do you know which buttons?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Blueberry Festival to the rescue. We also advertised in the Mount Dora Citizen, the Mount Dora Buzz, and Florida Administrative Register. We held an open house, and it was followed with a brief presentation. There were 52 persons that signed in as attending the public meeting. We brought display boards that showed the alternatives and also the recommended alternative and showed that to the public. We received 9 written comments, and this is a breakdown of what they included. There was 1 comment that was overall support. There were 2 comments that were issues that are outside the limits of the project, like sidewalks on US 441, and also the trail alignment that was west of Tremaine Street through downtown. We had one comment that was basically requesting information for anybody that was interested in opening a bicycle shop, which is not really, we support that comment, but it's not part of the project. And then we had one suggestion regarding some design suggestions that we will carry and put in, make sure are included in the public record so that they get moved into the design project. We had a request for additional trailhead east of 441. The suggestion was, for the Grantham parcel and to avoid using Wolf Branch Sink. The suggestion was, I believe, made by Ms. Grantham. And then we had a couple of different property acquisition comments. One of them was, there was a lady that owned a piece of property that the railroad cut diagonally through, and she was wondering if we could shift the alignment to provide better use of her property in the future. And that is something that the designers will look at. It was outside of Mount Dora, that was actually more towards Sorrento. It was in segment 1, but it was further to the east. And then there was concern regarding property value for an industrial piece of property that's located adjacent to the railroad in terms of what does that do to his property value. Very good question. We sent him information regarding the Inform Act and how they estimate impacts. What he is talking about is referred to as an inverse condemnation. It's a highly technical legal discussion that will have to be, he'll just have to wait until design to get to the bottom. And we let him know that, gave him as much information as we could, and let him know that we'll be talking to him again. So the next steps, we still need to submit a couple of documents. All the major documents have been submitted and we're under review. We have one more minor document. And then the FDOT and Federal Highway Administration approvals we're anticipating in June. The design phase is funded for this fiscal year. We're hoping that we can, Lake County can get that moving by June or July of this year. With that, and that includes hands-on involvement with a cultural resource committee in order to guide the aesthetics of those bridges, make sure that those bridges are given proper consideration in the design, and that the work that was done on those bridges gets carried forward. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions. We are requesting that you approve moving the project into design.
I would suggest the representative of the White Trail make the motion.
They move approval.
Second that.
Is there any comments? Anybody from the public wish to comment?